guys, welcome back to Small Bear Crafts. This is a washcloth that we are going to be making. This is the beginner tutorial. This is just the very beginning. No terminology, no counting. This is just the very beginning on how to start crocheting. This is part 2. If you need to learn how to start your chain, go back and watch the first video on this, on the beginner friendly one that I posted, okay? For this one, we are just going to be turning around. All right, you're going to take your chain just like this and your needle. You can either have your needle in this for turning it around or not. So I want you to do this. Yep, it's just that simple. Flip it over. We're going to be looking at the back side of our chain. Okay, you want your yarn up top. It'll just make it easier. Hold your piece however you want to hold it. Again, I've said it before. You can hold, everybody's going to hold their yarn differently. You see we have our end loop right here that our hook is in right now. And you see that loop right there that the yarn's coming in and out of, right? You see the second loop right here. What we're going to do with our hook still in the main loop is we're going to go right behind that yarn. Okay, everybody there? It should look like this. And then, once you have it there, all we're going to do is grab that little piece right there, right? We're grabbing him, and then we're going to pull him through. Right, see how easy that was? It may be easy for me, but for some I know it's not. So if you need to go back and watch it, always go back and watch it if you need to do it again. So now we have two. We have two little guys on our hook. And all we're going to do, and this is a simple stitch, is yarn over, twist our hook, just like in the last video. I'm going to pull through both of them. Both of them. So we only have the one left, right? And it's going to look a little something like that. So if anybody needs me to do it again, I will do it. We have our chain, right? This is our usual chain. One more time for you people who might find this difficult. We are going to, all we're doing is taking it and flip, so that now we're looking at the back side. Okay, now we have our main loop that our hook is in. We have that loop that string is coming out of right there. All we're going to do is slip our hook through that underneath that yarn. Now it should look like that. Then we're going to grab that yarn and pull through. And then we're going to grab that yarn again and pull through both of them, right? So now we have this. Moving on, we are going to do our next little loop. So you see that we have all of this. I want you to look at this one. Hold on, it's a little difficult to point. I want you to, our attention is going to focus right here on this next little loop. So what you're going to do with your hook in, we are going to go in to that next, that only very next, not this one, the next little braid. In through there. And we're going to pull that yarn through. We have two again. Grab that yarn, twist it however you need, and pull it through both. Okay, we are not going to be looking at this. We're looking at this next one right here. Not this hole, not this hole, this one. Okay, and see how there are humps right there? That's where the braid goes. We're going to be focusing on the next hump. Okay, I know this is the part that confuses a lot of people. All we're going to do with that next little hump is go in the top. You'll see that you have 1, 2, 3 right there. You're going to go in the top little loop. And then you're going to grab that yarn and pull it through. You got two. We'll grab that yarn again and pull it through. There you go. And it's going to look a little something like this. Now we're going to focus on that next hump again. Not the hole directly underneath, but the next little hump. Okay. Grab, you have two, and pull it all the way through. Okay. If you've made it this far, you've done great. Okay. And that is how we turn around. And I'll meet you on the next end of however long your washcloth is going to be. All right, hopefully you've made it through all your little loops, and it should look something like that. We're going to make it through these last 2 loops. And then now that we're through those 2 loops, all we're going to do is flip it over again, just like we did. See that? So we went from here, we just flipped it to look at the other side. Okay? Our yarn's still up here. You see we have a similar situation. So we've got our hook in that main loop, and you see that loop where the yarn is coming out of? We're going to do the same exact thing. We are going to take our loop and put it right next to that little guy right there. Grab the yarn, pull him through. You got to grab and pull all the way through. Okay? So we'll do it one more time. Okay? See that? That little hole is what we're after right there. Okay? So we're going to put our yarn back in, and we're going to put it right there, right underneath these 2 loops. You're capturing, you see how these 2 loops continue now? We're going to put the needle or crochet hook through these with our yarn. So you see that 2 right there is what we're after. And there's that 2 right there, and that's where we're going to put in our first little thing at. So we're going to use that, and getting the yarn out of the way so you guys can see, we're going to put it right under those 2 loops. In, pull, and then pull, go in your next little divot in. Right there. In, grab your yarn on the other side, pull through 2, and you're there. Go to your next little divot in, your next little hump. Put your yarn in, grab your yarn on the other side. You got 2, grab your yarn again, pull all the way through. And you'll keep going like that, and you're on your 3rd row. Go back, watch it as many times as you need. Thank you guys for tuning in.